Thomas Alva Edison was born on February 11, 1847, in Milan, Ohio. At 7 years old, his family moved to Michigan. He was called Al as a boy. His mother was a teacher, but Al only went to school for a short time before being kicked out for doing so badly. His mother then homeschooled him. He learned to love reading quickly after being homeschooled. Al also started doing experiments in his basement and learned that he really enjoyed science. At the age of 12, Al began selling fruits and newspaper on the train. He even began printing his own newspaper to sell on the train as well. At 15, Al began working as a telegrapher, even though he was already losing his hearing. He could still hear the clicks of the telegraph. He traveled all over the country as a telegrapher. He even worked for the Union Army during the Civil War. In 1871, Edison married his first wife, Mary Stilwell. Together, they had 3 children, Marion, Thomas Jr., and William. The family moved to Menlo Park, New Jersey in 1876. This is where Edison's most famous laboratory is. In 1877, Edison recorded the first words on the phonograph. He recited the words to the nursery rhyme, "Mary Had a Little Lamb," and the phonograph recited the words right back to him. In 1884, Edison's first wife passed away. 1 year later, he was married to a 20-year-old named Mina. Over the years, Edison had many inventions and improvements to existing inventions. He worked on X-rays, storage batteries, the first talking doll, and motion pictures. He was known to hold approximately 1,093 U.S. patents in his name. In 1878, Edison began working on the electrical light. On October 22, 1879, the light lasted 13 and a half hours. It was the first successful test for Edison and his light. Thomas Edison was an active businessman right up to the final days of his life. It is said that Edison struggled with poor eating habits in the last years of his life. In 1931, he passed away of complications having to do with diabetes. His body was buried behind the home that he and Mina shared in West Orange, New Jersey. I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Thomas Alva Edison.